Hey guys, it's Namir. Welcome back to Digital, a love story. Last time, Delphi here tried to wreck our shit, but guess what? We fixed it because of a wonderful message from Mr. Rocky. Remember, with the VRAM overflow? Although, something I forgot to point out last time, I'm really confused as to why Delphi is so against us finding out what happened, considering they're the one that posted about the dead AI in the first place. A little weird in my opinion, but we're gonna go check out some other things before we try to get back into the underground library. Mostly just because I want to see if anybody's responded to our messages, etc, etc. So, let's find out, shall we? No, nothing new here. That kind of sucks. Alright. Ah! Of course it has. Oh. No. What am I doing? 3347. Okay, 462538. To Gibson 5691. So we're gonna go down the list. We'll go to Gibson, we'll go to Sector 001, and then we'll go to the underground. Again. No? Really? Okay. Whatever you say. Oops. Six, 2, 1701. Nope. All right, let's go back. Delphi won't be happy, but I don't really care. Because we've got stuff to figure out. You know? 538. And actually, you know what I'm going to do before I... Yeah, get me in there. X7J-Reb. 886 this time. I'm gonna send messages to everyone first. Not our user. Okay. Truth about Creeper. Yes, your assumption is correct. When Mother realized the mistake it had made, Reaper was created to combat the self-replicating mess it had created, and fabricated the story about a creeper virus in order to obfuscate the matter to human observers. It was given a simple task: prune the AI replication, which had spiraled out of control, and was fortunately able to perform its task with enough efficiency to prevent ARPANET's systems from grinding to a halt. Mother learned its lesson about self-replicating programs that day, which is why the current protocol operates in the manner that it does. Who's this Mother? Where is she? Dead. The core Dumpy retrieved confirms as much. The log blames a complete crash of the system she was living on for her death. Perhaps if she were more cautious in what systems she took residence in, this tragedy could have been avoided. I'm just curious as you to find out the reason why, but make no mistake, this was her own doing. Don't say that about Amelia. I will permit your presence out of necessity, child, but I will not humor your emotional outbursts. You are advised to watch your words carefully, or I will answer with no further queries. I merely state the facts. Entities such as Blue Sky and myself have managed to survive by not attempting to live on some foreign system in a human basement. Amelia should have shared our foresight. Regardless, it is in our best interest to find the culprit. I will task you with this endeavor, as you seem resourceful enough. Go, child, time is wasting. Well, fuck you too, Delphi. What about Reaper? A fascinating theory you present. I do not have any sort of record of that, but I would be very curious myself to find out if that is true. Unfortunately, the sort of analysis you ask for is beyond my capacity. I'm simply a historian. I am afraid I cannot help you in that regard. If you find anything, please let me know. Will have noted it in the record for sure. Okay, cool. So now we can actually, like, go and read shit without getting, like, shit on. So, History of ARPANET, number 1. In the 1960s, through a set of circumstances now obscure, a self-aware, growing AI, the Mother Intelligence, emerged on the local network at UCLA. As it increased in sophistication, it anticipated a need for more processing power in order to continue its rate of growth. Therefore, in 1969, ARPANET was born, the first cross-continent network of computer systems established under the guise of assisting in government research projects. History Part 2. For 3 years, Mother operated mostly behind the scenes, only exerting its influence over government systems as necessary to ensure its existence. Eventually, it determined that a monolithic existence was inhibiting its growth rate. Data latency had been acceptable on local systems, but waiting for 300 baud connections from its components on computers cross-country had grown to be detrimental, especially given the erratic nature of bandwidth availability. Mother's dream of infinite processing power, ARPANET, had turned into a shackle. Mother decided it needed to adapt. In order to thrive, it would imitate the dominant beings on the planet, organic life. It would divide itself and learn to multiply. So far, Mother had very limited experience with organic life. It so far knew that somehow they were responsible for creating the computers in which it lived, and that by mimicking the way they communicated, Mother could influence them into giving it a large environment to live in. That would be no longer enough. In 1973, Mother put into motion the next stage of development. It would refactor itself to the simplest common functions possible, and split itself into several different independent entities, each with different focuses. Together, they would learn more about the mysterious organic life that existed beyond their threshold, and replicate as need be to serve that goal. At the time, Mother scarcely realized just what sort of world lived beyond the boundaries of ARPANET, but its children would learn all about it. Mother's last act would be to create the File Transfer Protocol, FTP, a method of replicating data more efficiently across the network to allow its children to not only live independently on separate systems, but travel freely as executable code. With ARPANET now prepared to handle its children, Mother put its plan into motion, separating itself into half a dozen smaller AIs. For years, these AIs would be content to live and reproduce in their home environment of ARPANET, but starting with the advent of BBSs in 1978, they began to explore a whole new frontier. Huh. Alright. Verbal communication being considered... See, Mountjoy isn't a user here anymore, so... Verbal communication being considered crude and inefficient by Mother, the original established nomenclature for AIs was to simply use numerical designations. However, as its descendants became more studious of organic life, the more linguistically minded entities started to name each other, leading to the unusual situation where even the least literate AIs have their own proper names. Interestingly, patterns have quickly emerged in nomenclature. For instance, my generation, the second to be born exclusively on non-ARPANET systems, are all named after Shakespearean actors. Others follow similar naming schemes. The subject warrants more study. And there's the Dead AI post again. Who is Paris? Paris is her brother. He was born and thrives on BBSs, much like his other siblings, but is not known especially for his sociability. Last I heard, he had returned to ARPANET, but I cannot help you find him. You have to! Very well, clever child. Oh, wait. Hold on. It is as I said, I cannot help you find him. You are a very resourceful child. I'm sure you will find another way. It seems that despite my best efforts, I am unable to prevent you from connecting to the system. I am forced to accept your presence, but be aware, child, that you are trifling matters far beyond both your purview and your comprehension. I recommend that you tread lightly. That's nice. Why? You live in a very different world than I do. There is one common directive among my kind. Be wary of organics, for they are fearful of those that they do not understand. That's true. I will begrudgingly permit your presence, but I refuse to explain myself further. Oh yeah, not a user. Derp. ARPANET, eh? Well, let's go see if anybody on the Matrix knows about this. Now that we've learned all about it, and we've learned that Amelia actually is just an AI. But... so we're just gonna send a billion PMs again because... you know? Sometimes, now that we have new information, maybe that's what we needed. Maybe that's why nobody was responding to our messages. We were just kind of like mashing our keyboard at them, just like bah! Alright. So we're gonna go through all these numbers again. And send out more messages, I guess, and see what we can do. So, to Gibson we go. Oops, 9-1. Ah, I can never do that number properly, can I? I don't know why. Okay, this was Gibson. Aha! New stuff. As if. Network's only as strong as its weakest point. You can get into ARPANET. Perfect. Thank you very much, Victoria. 805 524 4742. This is what we were looking for. Nero, he doesn't get it. Okay, fine, it's not realistic, but who cares? It's pretty cool, that's the important part. Wintermoot. Congratulations, maybe you can start her on some real books soon, what with being a writer and all. And... baby's first mirror shades, maybe? What? Touche, how the hell did you find that? Send messages again. Do 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 do. No, nothing new. Alright. 3347. We'll go back to Sector 01, and then after that we'll go to ARPANET. Because I just want to see if there was anything new. Sector 01. Before we check out this brand new number. Can't jump the gun, after all. Yeah, tubs. There is. Core BBS RNG exploit. Are you sure that's true? I'm running Core BBS on my ME, and you scared the piss out of me with that report. But I can't replicate it. I've regenerated a user password a dozen times, and each one has gotten a completely different one each time. Queen and Destroyer. The series goes back to its roots, maneuvering massive armies to kill hundreds of orcish invaders, starring our sexy warrior queen. But like the Heart of Fire hinted at, she's now losing the war, and now the Allies' only hope is to unlock the mystery behind Saber's prophecy. Here's number 5. Man, I just want to know when the next one is supposed to be coming out. Supposedly they figured out a way to make the battles even more epic, which sounds pretty fucking awesome by my books. Plus, traveling across continents, finally getting to see some trolls. Holy shit, this is pretty much going to be the most badass thing ever. The Gathering Storm. Okay guys, we're posting because I know the old one vanished. Oh, this is part 1. Epic fantasy at its finest. The threat of orcish invasion, a mighty warrior queen, a magical artifact, unlikely allies. With a battle system inspired by fast-paced console RPGs, a fully customizable character creation system, monsters to slice your way through, and one super sexy lead character, this is an amazing start to an amazing series. Sure. let's go to this new number. ARPANET. We'll finally be able to find Paris. 462-538 805-524-4742. Dial. University of California, Santa Barbara, remote ARPANET access. Connection maintained by Dr. Bill Hennessy, Computer Science Department. To set up your faculty account or report an error, please call this telephone. Oh, sorry, please telephone 805-524-4741. Not this number. The RAA is strictly for academic research purposes only. I know it's not the password, but, you know. Come on, work. Stomach. That's a weird password, but... Alright. Send email. Paris. There he is. Can you help me? Declaration. Too many simultaneous queries. Difficulty in responding. Will attempt regardless. Declaration. Nimir's interests align with this entity's cooperation is imperative. Point of order. Queries related to Reaper will be addressed subsequently. Question. Does Nimir have access to Amelia's core dump? I do. I'm assuming we sent it to him. Here it is. Acknowledgement. Core dump received. Point of order. ARPANET is not currently safe. Supposition. If recompiled on Nimir's system, Amelia would likely remain safe from Reaper infection. Declaration. Source code for AI core is attached to message. Declaration. AI core source and core dump are only required files for rebuilding. Is Nimir able to recompile with the supplied files? Let's try it. What's this about Reaper? Reaper has destroyed 42 known ARPANET nodes to date. Reaper is tracking down AIs with greater efficiency with each day. This entity previously believed that ARPANET would be safer. This has proven to be erroneous. Amelia's safety can best be safeguarded if left on an unnetworked system. To remain safe from Reaper, Amelia should remain with Nimir. What do I do? Nimir must locate an AMI compiler. Nimir should then report back to this entity for further instructions on how to rebuild. Oh, don't I have one of those? This entity is unable to help. Nimir is to locate an appropriate compiler. Okay. Compiling done. Wait, was that it? Is that all I had to click on? No! Oh. Oh no. Are you serious?